I talked with a local attorney and a Columbia insurance agent who says it's time to take the stigma off of the word death and to start thinking about life insurance, a will, and even a power of attorney statement.
You hear about it on the news just about every day. An accident, a fight, or even a medical condition that takes someone's life.
Think what happens if the person whose income is used to pay the mortgage dies. That home quickly becomes a burden.
But Milton Wright, a Columbia independent insurance agent, says this does not have to happen. That's why he suggests life insurance.
There are some cultures that don't want to talk about life insurance, and there are some that believe that if they start having that conversation that they're bringing on death.
There are two different types of life insurance policies that you need to know about: term and universal or permanent. So what's the difference?
In a permanent product such as universal or whole life, the more payments you make on that policy, the more cash value you build. And that's money that can be seen as an asset. It's also money that you can borrow against, and then sometimes you can take out.
What about term?
The analogy I would use is like renting an apartment. You have an agreement. You get a 6-month lease, you get a 1-year lease. And what that means is for that period of time, you have coverage at a stated price. If you live beyond that period, you often can renew it, but what it means is you're going to pay a higher price to continue that coverage.
So how do you go about writing a policy?
Rule of thumb is 6 to 10 times your income.
Once you set it up, keep your documents in a safe place. In the event you die, a loved one would then file a claim with the company. Wright says depending on the company, it may take up to 14 days for a payout. Parents, apart from life insurance, you may want to consider a will and setting up a power of attorney, especially if you have minor children.
Usually what happens, a person loses competency or has a lack of capacity, and a power of attorney will allow what we call an agent to be able to handle the affairs for the person.
A will is a legal document outlining your final wishes on your estate once you die. An estate is considered anything you own, like a car, house, or even collectible items. It's important to watch the wording of your will, especially when a house is involved.
And let's just say the decedent said, I give my house to my 3 children. Well, obviously you can't take a house and divide it into thirds, and if you have a child that wants to dominate and control the house, then the other 2 children have some issues with that. So now we're litigating that issue.
As for your life insurance policy, you can set up who gets what once you die.
You can determine what percentage goes to which beneficiary if you want, or you can say, I want it to be held in an account and only the interest be paid to the beneficiary until a certain time frame.
Both men say it's important that you update your life insurance policy, your will, and your power of attorney statement whenever you have a life-changing event. An example of that would be a birth of a child or if you acquired land. In the studio, Fraendy Clervaud, Watch Fox News.